Being in love is conditional. Love is unconditional. There's a difference between the two. Let's talk about it. In its purest form, love is just love. It's love of your fellow man, love of your family, love of your friends, love of even the person you are in love with. Like there is a defining line between the two because to love someone in brotherly sisterly love, that is something like I love them. That's my boy, that's my bestie, that's my fam, that's people you do things for, just unconditional. It's just what it is. It's like this person has been down with me like four flat tires. That kind of love is something that's ingrained. That kind of thing allows you to operate in kindness and understanding who this person is and all of those things. That is love, brotherly, sisterly love, the love of family, love of friends. There's this unconditional, your children, unconditional. You just do them things for them and you do for them because they are who they are and have been. Now you may not always like them. You may not like the things they do, and people kind of run like, why don't you, like your family or like your friends? You don't like the things that they do. You may not like them as a person, but you love them and you would do anything for them. But just these are not maybe your favorite people to hang around all the time because of maybe their ideology, how they, just how they see the world and how they run through the world and do and be and exist. You may not like anything about them. Maybe it's a personality thing, but you love them. You love them. We all have people we know that we love, but we would not hang around them because we have the option not to, right? Because they don't align with the things, our values, our outlook on life. When we were young, yes, we all pretty much had the same type of value system. But as you grow older, people go in different directions, and how they see the world is how they see the world. It doesn't always align with what you are, who you are, and vice versa. And that doesn't mean you have lack of love for them. It's just that you know that, hey, I can't run like that. This is my life and this is the life I choose. And I love them for that. But to be in love, which is what we really are going to be talking about, to be in love, there is conditions to that. There are defining conditions to that because people truly have to, align with who you are morally, spiritually, in the heart, in the matter of things. Like it really matters how their character is, how they treat others. All these things are people, when you fall in love, not really fall in love, let's not use that word. When you come into love or grow into love with someone, that is someone you're introducing into your life that you otherwise wouldn't have met or wouldn't have seen and wouldn't have just, these are people you're bringing in. These are people that you really have grown up and with these and grown into. These people have to, as an adult, a full-on autonomous adult, people you see and you're like, I'm interested in this person, let's see more about them. And when you're bringing them into your world and into your life, you have to fall in like with this person and grow in love with them, right? There's a difference in the conditions that come with falling in love or being in love with someone. We should never say fall in love. I don't know, it's just kind of the lingo that's out here. It's kind of like, yeah, we don't want to fall in love, we want to grow in love with someone. But to be in love with someone, it has conditions. It's a level of, number one, it's respect and boundaries. You really have to mind those boundaries because you don't really know how this person operates, but you want to know. You're getting to know, you're trying to collect data to find out if this person even aligns with who I am, the direction I'm going, and will it add value to my life. And it's not always monetary. Most of the value is not most of the value is not monetary, because if you work together you can make the money, but it is other things, the intrinsic values that come along with your character and your personality and your outlook on life. Those things have to be mutually established to, in order to understand who someone is. And if those boundaries are crossed, guess what? There's no relationship. There's going to be things that are going to make the relationship fall apart. Your emotional well-being. Are they even concerned about you? Do they even check in on you just to see how you're doing? How's your day going? What you into? What you do today? And really want to know, not just rattling off a list so they can figure out where you are, if you've been truth. I mean, it's really, how are you? Where are you mentally? Did you have a good day? And why didn't you have a good day? Like, they're getting deep into it because they're prioritizing your emotional well-being. And it's not one-sided. It should never be a one-sided situation. So you need to assess these things to find out if these people really are looking out for who you are, not just getting what they can out of you. You don't want any that eliminates the toxicity. You want to eliminate that. You want to eliminate any manipulation that may come. But when you set these boundaries, you have to set them. And even if you may think, oh, he's so good looking or she's so beautiful. When you set these boundaries, realistic boundaries, no less, you know that no matter what, you're not letting that go. Because maybe you've had a bout with that and you're like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not doing what I did before. I'm not dealing with that anymore. It's just what you have set up for yourself out of growth in understanding what you will not tolerate anymore in your life, or what you know from the wisdom that has been given to you that you won't. That's not who you are. It's not who you are, and you're not going to stray from that. You want to have trust and honesty. Trust and honesty. Number two, trust and honesty. That right there is a foundational of a love relationship, of building something that you grow in love with someone. And the conditions may steal from, the need for honesty and transparency. And those are two different things. Those are two different things. You want to ensure that both the partners are committed to maintaining trust. True trust. You gotta be able to maintain that trust. I mean, who wants to always look over their shoulder or trying to figure out what people are really thinking and what they mean by? What do you mean by that? What do you do? You're constantly checking like this person's temperature, like what is going on with you, and it is, and you, the moment you go deep, they shut you down. Like, that's not the kind of relationship you want to be a part of. You want to be a part of a relationship where there is true honesty and there is transparency together. They're honest about their whereabouts. Yeah, I went to the store. That's honestly, I did go to the store at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Yeah, at the one on whatever street, Hope Street. Okay. But transparency is, I went to the store on Hope Street with Dave and Buster, whatever, is being transparent. Like, you didn't go alone. You went with other people and we were talking about this. You just really having a conversation about it. Transparency, honesty and transparency together. Or I went with Felicia to the mall and we hung out and we had lunch and we had a good old time. And then, Sabrina came along, she showed up, and then we just really had transparency and honesty, where you were and who you were with and the things that you did. Like, you didn't have to pull teeth to get them to talk about the things that were going on in the interactions outside of being with you, right? Those kind of things. Reciprocity is number three. Being able to have reciprocity. If I do something, I know that at some point in time, you're going to return the favor. And I don't have to ask, because I know that it's not me giving all the time. It's you giving, I'm giving, you giving, I'm giving. And those things make for the conditions in the relationship. I want to feel like I'm in a relationship where people are equally giving and equally taking what they need, but no one is just give on one side and one person is only taking, and that's it. Because that right there will tear a relationship completely apart. When I feel like I'm the only one in it and I'm only one doing the work, I'm only one that's working towards this. So these are the conditions you need to really think about when you talk about relationships and asking these questions before entering deeply into something. Why are you in the collecting data stage of the relationship? We've all made mistakes not asking who these people are. Like, oh, he's so cute or she's so fine and all these things. Everything's external until you really get down to the nitty gritty, this is really why a lot of people have not been having successful marriages, because they went in it for the external benefits and not realizing that the benefit is the conditional things that need to be spoken out loud and hashed out to find out if this person really is truly on your team and on your same frequency, and understanding of these conditions within the relationship you want to have with them. There are conditions, right? So you want to have number 5 is personal growth. Personal growth. Listen, I want to be able to grow within this as an individual so that we grow together as a couple and someone who I'm married to. I want to know that you are willing to take personal responsibility and that you are willing to do the personal development part of things, what you need to do for you. How do you become a better version of yourself? What are you going to do that? What steps are you going to take? What does that look like for you? What does that really look like for you? Not just hanging out with the boys or hanging out with the girls. These are things that you need to do for you without anyone else involvement other than a therapist, a counselor, a life coach, or somewhere where you can sit with yourself in the most high to gather your thoughts, gather the direction you want to do, the direction of your life, and trying to figure that out. A pad, a pen, prayer and some meditation and sitting still. What are you going to do to create a life that's filled with something that you're personally developing yourself to be better so that you can bring your best self to the relationship? You want to be good at your job, so you take courses, but you want to be good at your relationship, so you do things inside that comes outside of you to make the coupling better. How do I do better? Because it's taking personal responsibility and accountability for me so that I show up better for you. Hello. How about that? Number 6 is shared values. Let me tell you something. If you don't have shared values with a person that you could see yourself with, that relationship is really going to falter. These are conditions. You have to have these things in place, and these are questions that you need to be asking. And I mean, within this, there are questions within this list of things that I'm talking about right now. Share values and goals, like what direction are you going, and am I the helpmate that you need as a woman? Am I the helpmate that you need to carry this vision to the top? Am I that person? Am I that person? Am I that person that's going to encourage you, be the biggest cheerleader that can ever be to get you there? Am I going to inspire you, motivate you? Do you have the discipline that it takes to reach your goals? And maybe we're not working on it together, but then I see my honey, she's doing my thing. She's doing her thing. As a man, I see my wife or my honey, but I see her like rocking it. Like, my goodness, look at her. Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want somebody who had shared values and the direction you're taking this thing? What leadership are you going to create as the man? And how are you as a woman going to be able to allow him to take the lead? I have a traditional set. So if this is not a mindset, so if this is not speaking to you, this may not be the channel for you. So I am speaking on the level of having a partnership that works and that he also supports your goals. Because who is it, or who is he if he doesn't see you wanting something for yourself? It may not be bigger than his, then again, it may be, but then no matter what, he's supporting that because what you do reflects on him and what he does reflects on you. And that partnership is going to grow into something magnificent and wonderful. And if you take all these steps that I'm talking about to heart, then what happens is you're going to grow in love and it's going to be everlasting. To death do you part. Like, for real, in a real sense. So you want to make sure that you clarify these things with both partners. So this is collecting this data, is being able to observe and ask questions. Observe and ask, because people will show you through their actions. Words are fine, but if the words and their actions are not aligning, what are we doing? Why are we here? Who are you and what are you talking about? This doesn't work for me. This doesn't align with the direction I'm going in my life. And it should be okay to part ways if this isn't it. Number 7, loyalty and commitment. Man, let me tell you, there's no loyalty and commitment. You can throw this out the door. I need to know that you got my back. You're not gonna talk about me. You going you got me. You got me. You're not gonna be out here in these streets and be for the streets. And if you are for the streets, maybe you should have stayed there and be with the street people, because they don't care about marriage and relationship and building anything with anybody. They all they want to do is suck you dry like a succubus and a leech. They just taking all of your frequency and lowering you down to a lowest frequency possible, and never filling you up. Never anything that could fill you up, anything that you could see. They just want to take. So why would I want to be with someone who wants to be disloyal and wants to be out here doing whatever they want to do when they want to do, and no accountability and no nothing? No nothing, no trust, no transparency, no nothing, no honesty, no nothing, no trust. I got to trust you. I don't to walk around like a parent looking for a child who's out there in the streets somewhere and they should be home before the street lights came on. That is not what a healthy relationship should look like and be like. I should not be hunting anyone down and looking for anyone, checking phones and even have any idea behind that. Because you know why? I have trust and loyalty without having to demand it. It is who you are. And these are things you have to do by watching people and observing who they are. Who they are by how they operate, how the actions they take on a day-to-day basis. Are they concerned about your well-being? Are they checking in with you? Are they really into this for partnership? Or are they out here for the streets and want to play? If you want to play by yourself. Play with the street people. Play with those people. There are people out here want to do just like you want to do. No accountability, no trust, no honesty, no vulnerability. There's no checking in your well-being. There's no reciprocity. There's no respect or boundaries. There are people out there. Go get them. Go out there and be with them. And let the people who want to be in relationship that leads to marriage, let us be with us. Okay? Let us be with each other. And you just be there out there in the streets. You hold the streets down. Hold the streets down. Okay. But in this, you want to establish these expectations, which will create the stable foundation for the relationship. And all these 7 things are in place, you will definitely fall in love or be in love. Be in love and grow in love. It's a growth thing. Grow in love, And so the essence of love by itself is unconditional. Just the essence, the purity of it is truly unconditional. I love my child. I love my mama. I love my daddy. I love my friends. I do anything possible within my possibilities that I have within me for them. I would do. There may be limits to it, but within range that I am capable of doing. Whatever I'm capable of doing, I will give to them. But anything else beyond that, it's going to come with conditions. To be in love and to grow in love, it's going to become by conditions. It's going to come by way of conditions. Who are you? Who are you to me? What do you bring to the table? This is the table conversations. This is the bring to the table conversations. Everything else is material possessions. You can get that. These are the things that's going to cause the relationship to be the relationship that you always dreamt of, always desire, because you will eliminate people like hot grease. Okay? Like it just gone. Just it's too hot to handle. You're too hot to handle and you got to go. Because my life is going in this direction and I want anything for me to be lined up with that. So be in love, grow in love. That is a condition. But to love someone, just to love them. I love you, my brother, my sister. That is unconditional. This is Deanna Inspires. This is Inspire Perspectives. Thank you for watching my channel. And hit the like button, share, leave some comments. I want to know what you think. See you on the next video.